You're too late. I've set the computer on a continuous auto-diagnostic. You'll never be able to get it online.
I don't believe in the word never.
Oh, that was easy enough.
He's unconscious, Jim.
Mr. Spock seems perfectly at home in a room full of computers. Dr. Leonard McCoy doesn't like working with machines, but doesn't like primitive medicine either. James Kirk never seems at ease in a room full of computers. A rather unconscious computer technician. A three-dimensional chess set. The memory unit of the station's main computer. A micro-holobeam projector, usable to create light images on the chess game. The central processor of the main computer.
These are various advanced designs, Captain. They appear to work on a modified Daystrom Duotronic system version 9.0, with some enhancements I do not recognize.
Well, Spock, do you feel at home here?
My home is Vulcan, Doctor. Its physical appearance is quite dissimilar to this place.
There are machines here, Spock. Computers. This is where you belong, isn't it?
My place, Doctor, is as science officer aboard the USS Enterprise.
Spock, if you left the Enterprise, I'm sure you could find a job substituting for one of these mechanical marvels.
Actually, Doctor, the computing capacity of one of these machines is substantially faster than the processing power of the Vulcan brain.
So you admit that you are inferior?
In speed and memory, affirmative. Other areas exist, Doctor, where even you are superior to this machine.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Spock.
Computers, I better start thinking of something illogical to say.
A Fullingtech 2000 3D image projector. The majority of the system must be stored on an upper deck. This system is quite bulky, like most 3D projection units. The tricorder can tap into the core memory, provided that we can end the diagnostic cycle. Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. We will need to end the diagnostic cycle, Captain. It is currently playing chess against itself. Captain, the computer is locked into an infinite loop. It will continue playing the game until it defeats itself. I can interrupt the moves and input my own.
Try rook to queen's level 3. That will threaten its bishop.
Surely Spock would be the better option to decide what moves are best.
Try knight to king level 1. That will shore up our defenses.
Well, I guess that defeats the purpose of an adventure game.
Try queen to queen's level 2. Let's sacrifice our queen to take that knight. Try rook to queen's level 3. That will threaten its bishop.
I'm not exactly too sure if there are any hints of how best to defeat this. I'm just going to go straight down the actual routes that we should take.
An excellent move.
Now let's push a pawn on king's level. That will force it into a more stable position. Now move your other rook to support it on queen's level. We should be able to threaten the queen or the bishop. Let's try something a little dangerous. Rook to king's level 2. Now move your other rook to support it on queen's level. We should be able to threaten the queen or the bishop.
It seemed to be expecting something else, Captain. Its queen is vulnerable.
Let's not be too hasty. Advancing the bishop to support the rook will give us a solid advantage on the board. Let's confuse it with a sacrifice. It might be interesting to trade queens. Let's take the queen and see if it resigns.
A superb game, Captain. You have mated it. The diagnostic cycle has ended.
Excellent, Spock. Can you access the computer?
The main memory unit will not accept my attempts to access. I will need to find a more friendly interface with enough memory to hold the information. Captain, I need to find something to interface with the computer and store the files that are dumped into it. We may be able to use the tricorders. Captain, I am connecting the science tricorder to the central computer. We can use it to tap into the computer now that the diagnostic cycle is finished. We might use Dr. McCoy's tricorder as well. Captain, I am connecting the medical tricorder to the central computer. Success, Captain. I have access to Burdell's Project Big Bang files and to the access code for his personal quarters.
Jim, what's that smell?
Wanaka gas, a knockout gas with an extremely long effect.
We have mere seconds to neutralize it or get out of here.
Yeah, this is one of those game over moments if you're not quick enough.
The air is being purified almost immediately. Ah, good old starbase filtered air. So dry it makes me want to drink a glass of water every 5 minutes.
I'm sure we can transport you into water if you really want some.
Damn transporters. If man were meant to fly around the universe, God would have allowed him to disassemble his own molecules.
The transporter chamber. Transporter controls. Transporter decontamination conduits. These filter most biological hazards from incoming and outgoing transporter patterns. Jim Kirk. He hasn't seen the trap that human ingenuity can't overcome. Dr. McCoy. For a doctor, he has very little patience.
I was going to make a joke about little patience and doctors, but I'm sure you can fill in your own blanks.
Mr. Spock. He won't admit it, but he's uncertain of their success.
Well, Spock, what do you suggest?
We should attempt to gather evidence that Dr. Burdell is planning to commit genocide. Others may help us if they are confronted with the scope of Burdell's misdeeds. We need to shut down the tractor beam that is currently holding the Enterprise. Until the ship is freed, our options are limited. We should not forget that we need to be able to communicate freely with the ship. It will be necessary for us to neutralize any source of interference. Our chief priority is to find the reason for the Holocaust that was reported by the Alexander and stop it from occurring.
Let's go home, Jim. Finish that fight from the ship.
That's not possible. The job has to be finished from here.
I know. I just wish I was aboard the Enterprise right now.
Using a transporter is risky, but if we use our heads, it might work to our advantage.
No anomalous readings, Captain. Captain, all areas of the ship except Burdell's quarters are accessible by transport. We have access without transport to all areas except security.
Unfortunately, they'll be able to draw a bead on us the moment we start transporting, and will be able to blow us away the moment we materialize. We need a distraction.
We have some form of distraction. These lovely dummies.
We are ready to transport the dummies, Captain. That should prove an adequate distraction for us to get into security.
At least we have a chance now.
Captain, all areas of the ship except Burdell's quarters are accessible by transport. We have access without transport to all areas except security.
The dummies should provide a convincing decoy during transport and give us the edge we need. Set transport coordinates for security. Let's transport later. Set transport coordinates for security.
There's no time like the present.
target.
Why is McCoy always the one who gets shot?
A Vardain security person. Mr. Spock looks at the situation and wonders how they can possibly survive. McCoy enjoyed being unconscious more than he's enjoying the present moment. Jim Kirk hopes he can find a way out of this mess.
Who doesn't enjoy being unconscious?
A Vardain phaser, one of the martial arts demos. This console controls communications tracking. From his insignia, this Vardain has the highest ranking. This console controls force fields in Special Projects Room.
These security personnel have a reputation for effectiveness, Captain. I would not underestimate them.
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a target.
Hi, having a nice day?
I have nothing to say to you, Earther.
I give you credit, Earther. You show extraordinary guile. Well played, Captain.
I'm not playing games. I'm trying to prevent Bradell from destroying the Federation. What's your name, mister? You're not so bad yourself. What are you doing, lowering yourself by working for a lunatic like Bradell? I'm not playing games. I'm trying to prevent Bradell from destroying the Federation.
I trust you have evidence to back this claim.
If I presented evidence, would you help me stop him?
Is there any reason why I should?
Do you want to see 100 billion people die? Do you want to see the survivors of the Federation destroy Vardain?
Not particularly. And Bradell has not treated us with the honor that the soldier class of Vardain demands. If this action threatens Vardain, our class code demands that we help you.
I'll try to provide that evidence.
I can't stop you right now. If you return here and present evidence of your claim, I will look at it. Until you can prove your claim, Kirk, my men will hunt you down like animals.
Well, we do have evidence on us.
I have copies of Bradell's files taken from the main computer. I believe you will find them to be authentic and of extreme interest.
The date on these files in the security code is from before you boarded. It appears you are telling the truth. This action will have consequences that are not in the best interest of the Vardain. I have no choice but to help you.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. I have deactivated the communications tracking systems, Captain. I have lowered the force fields in the Special Projects Room.
So that means the man-killer is now free to roam? Well, inside the room, that is.
I'm surprised anything human is left. Their tissue has been replaced with genetically encoded bioplastics.
The Vardain think they supersede mankind.
I'm surprised anything human is left. Their tissue has been replaced with genetically encoded bioplastics.
The Vardain think they supersede mankind.
Captain Kirk, I have detained these men for you as Security Chief Command ordered.
If we hadn't spoken to Kamans before, this situation would be slightly different right now.
An annoyed James T. Kirk. An annoyed Leonard McCoy. Mr. Spock, as emotionless as ever.
Oh, okay.
A Vardain guard. The station's systems console. The station's communications station. One of Monroe's assistants. Dr. Monroe. Dr. Monroe seems to be constantly monitoring data from the console in his chair. The station's weapon controls. The main viewing screen.
knowing me, I'm not in a good mood right now.
Can't we just blow up this weapon and be done with it?
The controls are quite advanced, Captain. A most impressive piece of technology.
In accordance with the Vardane military code, as one who has betrayed his charge, I must make a formal admission of treason for my new masters. When is the most convenient time to make the deposition?
Later.
Don't hurt me! Please! And could someone do something for my allergies?
How dare you come aboard this station and disturb our delicate work, you Starfleet brute!
And I thought Harry Mudd was annoying.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Captain, he seems to be getting readings on an event outside the station. It looks like a leak from a parallel universe.
Yes, it is, you barbarians. If you would bother to look at what Iaz is achieving here, he will be able to provide power for the entire galaxy. I am appalled at your ignorance, especially the Vulcan. I thought you, of all people, wouldn't allow personal vendettas to interfere with scientific progress.
E.S. Burdell is a madman. He will only use this for destruction. You are the one who is being blinded.
Ah, more Federation lies and propaganda.
Middle-aged human male suffering from severe allergies.
I think we've found the owner of that filter. I'm going to kind of steal it from him, so let's see if we can help him.
Hold still. That should help. And try to calm down. We're the good guys.
How dare you come aboard this station and disturb our delicate work, you Starfleet brute!
And I thought Harry Mudd was annoying.
Okay, so we can't actually speak to this guy properly. It's important to distinguish that there are actually two computer consoles here, even though it looks like it's just one, as they do operate different functions of the ship.
I am disabling their backups. It includes several systems that are not controlled from this station. I am disabling their communications network. We will now have a clear channel to the Enterprise. I am disabling their weapons control. I do not detect access to anything around the proto-event. I do not see the logic in that action.
I think we're done here for now.
Surrender or die!
Wait, you're supposed to be on our side. Hasn't Commander Command talked to you lately? Can I have 5 minutes to think about it? We surrender. Wait, you're supposed to be on our side. Hasn't Commander Command talked to you lately?
He is a traitor. Our loyalty is to Dr. Burdell.
Great. Spock, fire. Okay, we surrender. Great. Spock, fire. Okay, we surrender.
I'm guessing a firefight isn't the most ideal situation right now. But we do have another method we can incapacitate them.
Let's get their weapons.
Seven with one blow.
An exaggeration, Doctor.
Come on, you two.
This looks like an Analbi-class light personal transport, similar to the shuttlecraft aboard Federation starships. The door into the docking bay. This seems pointless.
Then why have it highlighted if it's pointless?
This panel warns of imminent disaster. This monitors the effectiveness of the magnetic lock that seals the shuttle bay. These controls open and close the shuttle bay doors. An unconscious Vardane guard. This controls the atmosphere within the transport and docking bays. This controls the force field that protects the transport and docking bays. Spock notes the transparent aluminum doors with passive interest. James Kirk looks for a way to make certain his ship is safe. Dr. McCoy wonders how many more casualties are going to occur on this mission, then wishes he didn't think about such things.
Ask Spock for advice. Maybe if you read the lines in his pointy ears, you can see the future.
That is one of the most irrational statements I have ever heard you make, Doctor.
It was a joke, you green-blooded machine of a Vulcan.
Unfortunately, Doctor, even by human standards, your sense of humor is erratic at best.
I wish I knew what to do.
Captain, I am quite willing to offer some suggestions if you wish.
Observations, Mr. Spock.
We need to shut down the tractor beam that is currently holding the Enterprise. Until the ship is freed, our options are limited. Our chief priority is to find the reason for the Holocaust that was reported by the Alexander and stop it from occurring.
I'm not exactly too sure what the objective is in this room itself. I think it's... oh, we're trying to cut off an escape route.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Okay, I'm not going to keep selecting everything with this tricorder. Let's just get on with it.
Spock, open the outer door. Spock, sabotage the system.
The controls are no longer functioning, Captain.
Spock, remove the atmosphere.
The atmosphere has been pumped out. Magnetic locks are keeping the transport in place, Captain. I do not see the logic in that action.
Spock, restore the atmosphere. Spock, sabotage the system.
The controls are no longer functioning, Captain.
And that is pretty much it. As I said, I'm not too sure how we discover this, unless you discover it by playing this mission once and something pops up saying someone's escaped. I'm not too sure, but it's done. Let's continue on.
Jim, look out!
Unfortunately, the only victim in this game, in this mission, is this Antarian man killer, and it's done nothing apart from exist. That poor creature.
This is the control for the special weapon that is holding the Enterprise. The force field that prevented our access to the controls has been neutralized. Captain, I have deactivated the tractor beam. The Enterprise is now free.
And now it's time to confront Bradell.
Well, it appears all of those misspent years playing chess have finally been put to good use, Mr. Spock. We can now enter Bradell's quarters.
Misspent years, Captain?
Definitely, Spock. You could have been spending time studying or playing baseball with family and friends.
Vulcans do not play baseball, Doctor. Nor do many humans in this century.
Let's go. I want to have a few words with my old friend, Dr. Bradell.
So, you managed to elude our security. I'll have their heads.
It's over, Bradell. Surrender peacefully, and we'll guarantee you a fair trial.
I will not submit to a trial by a tribunal of chattering apes. We Vardane. Lesser species have no right to judge us.
Your experiment is over, Burdell. Morality transcends the differences in species, Burdell. You don't honestly think you can defy the three of us, do you, Burdell?
Again, this is one of those situations where I don't think the outcome...
Morality transcends the differences in species, Burdell.
I should probably stop speaking, or finish speaking before I click these buttons. I don't think the outcome's going to change, depending on our choice.
Morality. It is an invention designed to make lesser people feel superior. The universe is full of moral people, and for the most part they are dead wood. People who are preoccupied with morality never make history. You always did love to lecture, Kirk. You'll be the most self-righteous corpse in the galaxy.
McCoy hopes they can finish this mission soon and get out of here. Spock would not admit it, but Burdell has a certain scientific excellence that he finds admirable. James Kirk is not in a happy mood right now. Controls for Burdell's personal computer system. A door. A wooden table with some empty plant holders. A food replicator. The Journal of E.S. Burdell. A table with a book on it. A vase of red Antarian roses. They have a pleasant aroma.
Oh, hello?
A dartboard. A very good likeness of James T. Kirk is its chief decoration. Burdell's nightstand. It appears in perfect condition. There is no room for sloppiness in his orderly existence. E.S. Burdell. For once in his life, he's not a threat to anyone. E.S. Burdell's bed. Oddly enough, the furniture demonstrates a classical taste that you would not have expected from Burdell. A shape painting by one of the abstract artists of the Manalvagor Decimator School. Odd. You would expect Burdell's taste to be more classical and realistic. A painting of the pyramids of Tenef-2.
E.S. Burdell. Another testimony to your peerless diplomatic skills, Jim.
It is logical that Burdell would wish for the controls for his experiment to be close at hand.
Burdell. Such a charming man.
Reminds me of a Bonovan camel snake.
Let's not insult camel snakes, Bones.
Let's not give him any ideas, like waking up.
So there's two main points of interest on here. Apart from Burdell.
No effect. The offending dartboard is removed, revealing a set of controls. You pick up Burdell's journal, and a bookmark falls out.
This is unusual, Captain. I would not have expected a man like Burdell to rely on a paper record.
Who knows, Spock?
A set of once hidden controls. There is a keycard slot and a number entry pad. A bookmark from Burdell's journal. Burdell's journal.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Captain, there's a number coded in base 64. The number is 2188.
The bookmark is intricately decorated, not too dissimilar from a computer circuit pattern.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
There is actually a way to find another code, but we don't actually need it. I will find it in another video. I will be doing some alternative scenes and such, like I did in the 25th anniversary. What's that on the floor? Oh, it's the phaser.
A Vardane phaser.
I am inputting the code from the bookmark. Chew 188. I have activated the code circuit. The proto-event weapon is decloaking. I have also managed to deactivate the station's shields and have a clear communications channel to the Enterprise.
Broadcast the coordinates, Mr. Spock. Have the Enterprise destroy that weapon.
The coordinates have been sent.
Scotty, 3 to beam up. That has to be one of the most welcome explosions that anyone will ever see.
There is turmoil on the Vardane Council, Captain. The members who supported Bredel's anti-Federation policies have been forced to resign. I expect improved relations between the Federation and Vardane.
That's good to hear. Though history shows that suppressed movements like Bredel's have a habit of resurfacing at inconvenient moments.
And Bredel is now a Federation prisoner. I hope this will not prove to be a rallying point for those Vardane who hate the Federation.
I've received word that Mr. Shem's application to enter Starfleet Academy has been accepted. He should make a fine officer one day.
Captain, I'm receiving a message from the USS Alexander.
The Alexander?
Temporal paradoxes are most fascinating, aren't they, Mr. Spock?
Are you attempting to annoy me, Doctor?
On screen.
Luke Rayner here. I know we've never met.
Yes, of course.
We got your signal, and Starfleet has asked us to assist in cleaning up your operation.
It's good to have you with us. Better than you could possibly guess.
I don't understand, Captain.
It's a long story. Come aboard, and I'll tell it to you.
I've reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim. Your reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.